I'm Anne-Marie Stephen, and I'm the founder of the Retail Innovation Lounge, and we are in Los Angeles, and I couldn't be more excited to be talking to this gal here, who is Roshanna I did so well. We need to do it again. Cut.
Sabaratnam.
Sabaratnam. Cut.
You did it. You did it when you were saying it in.
I know.
In
Sabaratnam. I was thinking too much.
Yeah, don't.
All right, we can start over, Joel?
Yeah, you were close.
That was a little rough.
No worries.
Okay.
I usually don't have a restart, so.
Whenever you're ready.
I'm Anne-Marie Stephen. I'm the founder of the Retail Innovation Lounge, and we are in Los Angeles today. And I'm happy to be standing with this gal here, who is Roshanna Sabaratnam, and she is okay. Thank you, because I feel like I could have done a better job, but she's nice to me, so thank you. You know, you've been around. I want to say you've been around, but you know, you're very and you're extremely experienced in the digital world, right? So you come to this conversation with an amazing resume, to be frank, and a lot of experience. So I'm hoping you can shed a little light on a little bit about your background for a second.
I started my digital career in 2005 at Yahoo, which at the time was investing a lot in media and the propagation of news, sports, finance, entertainment to the wide, wild world of the internet. In 2008, Yahoo decided to take a different play and go up against Google as it related to technology. I moved over to Fox at that point, which was where a lot of us went. I worked on a lot of content initiatives, including IGN and Rotten Tomatoes, and from there went to Gilt Group and started really delving into commerce in what I think of as my e-commerce university. It was a homegrown platform with double-click engineers and the best minds you could find in e-commerce. I was super privileged to work with those folks for a couple of years. Went to the agency world and have landed in brand. So now focus on digital strategy for an e-commerce strategy for brands in the retail space.
That's amazing, because to me, where we're at today is a very convergent world, and the fact that you have, you know, the media and entertainment, you know, the first, you know, Yahoo, media and entertainment, then e-commerce and retail takes us really, it's a good platform for the future.
Oh, thank you. I think something I talk about a lot with folks is how we all get here.
Yeah.
E-commerce leaders get to where they get, and a lot of times you're a marketer who disguises yourself as an e-com person because you want to really work in brand, or you're a merchandiser who thinks that e-commerce is the right way to go, so you join the e-commerce team. And there's a lot of us that come into it that have never known anything really from the perspective of our professional lives, but through the lens of digital. And I came up through media, and you know, really what I think is the differential for those of us that came through media and landed in commerce is that we inject a level of brand into the conversation, wherein most e-commerce leaders are P&L people, hopefully, and want to sell things and want to sell a lot of things. And at the end of the day, we have to all remember that, yes, selling things is the most important thing. To our P&L, there would be no P, there would only be L. But
she makes a point. Didn't I tell you she was?
But at the end of the day, that customer that we all seek can find our products kind of anywhere. And so our job as first-party e-commerce leaders in a brand setting is to layer on brand with business and to have the conversation together so that the customer feels aligned to the brand and then chooses the distribution destination themselves. Because at the end of the day, we heard it here a bunch, the customer is the driver of the car at the moment.
I could not have said it better myself. Literally, I could not have said it better, but I really appreciate that you did say it, because I think that really, you know, it's a combination of story, right? It's a different relationship, using the digital tool as a relationship building tool in the brand story and creating, you know, as it shifts, digital is shifting and changing the consumer, right? And so how we would transact with them should look and feel differently. And I don't know that we're certainly not there yet in retail and brand world.
I think one thing that we don't do really well at the retail level is think like customers, which we're all customers, and we think this is the brand and this is the rest of the world, and that's not how it works. We have to take ourselves out of the world, and the gentleman from Textile said it really well. He said his Just Fab and Fabletics employees takes them out of company and goes and talks to customers periodically, and Kevin Ryan at Group did that for us. He made us all sit in customer service, and I could not thank any one of my bosses more for that. Changed how I think of things, because being able to see through the eyes of a customer is not something that goes away when you sign on to be an e-commerce professional.
I'm telling you, you and I are so aligned in this. I remember being at something, maybe it was last year, 2 years ago. It was like a little private group, a little kind of like discussion, and it was with agency folks, and they were making a distinction. I'm not an agency person. That's not the world I came from, but there was a clear distinction from them, married to these old ideas of even what the semantics are of things, saying, well, a consumer is different from a shopper. And I was like, no, it's not. In my world, everything is blurred. What I see is going forward is it's a blurred world. We're shopping and transacting everywhere. It's a convergent world, so how is it different? And we're not different in a different environment, right? Because I walk in a grocery store, I'm a consumer, and because I walk into an apparel store, I'm a shopper.
100%.
How is that different? I don't
100%.
Right?
And we're not different from the people who are in Chicago, Kansas, New York, LA. We're all buying things. And we're all spending our hard-earned cash to do so. And we as retailers need to be respectful of that at every turn, and need to imagine ourselves as the customer, and need to give the customer what they're coming to the channel to get. And that could mean I just want to see the ingredients. That's all I want. I want to know that there's nothing in there besides almonds and nuts and whatever. Or I want to know that this is all polyester. I want to know this is all silk. I want to know that you make all your garments in the USA.
Whatever it is, socially conscious.
Whatever the message is, you are obligated to give the customer what they came for, and you don't know what that is. So, as a first-party retailer, the stopgap is to give them more information than they can get anywhere else. Whether that means every brand-produced asset there is, whether that's every piece of copy that you can find, every description you can make, every UGC image you can find of somebody wearing your clothes. The choice is yours to do it in a comprehensive way or a full-out, encyclopedic way. But it's our job to constantly imagine ourselves as customers, and I think that's where we as retailers need to evolve. That's my evolution. That's what I try and learn every day. And that's the other thing that I think is really important, that there's no such thing as an e-commerce genius. There are people who learn. And Mark Lohr, God among men within the world of e-commerce, the guy learns. He learns at a feverish pace, and that's the admirable part of who he is. It's not that he knows about ones and zeros more than you do. Yes. It's that he learns, adapts, and changes faster, better, stronger.
I think learns, adapts, and changes.
Yeah.
So, and with that point, so we're so aligned on these things. So I do want to move into one other question I have for you. I'm confident we could continue this conversation. But I do want to ask, and we do need to continue the conversation, right?
Sure.
Because I think it's keeping this customer at the center of it.
Sure.
That's what I heard. I heard, adapt and change, right? Learn, adapt, and change. Now, the next thing is how. So if you could this is something that I know people struggle with. I know brands and retailers, everybody's struggling with the how. And there's some, hey, I can't be a new player that came onto the field and they don't have any 100-year legacy to deal with, and they can just create whatever they want to create, and there's the sky's the limit, right? Blue sky. So let's imagine a retailer that's been around for a while, or a brand that's been around for a while, those kinds of things. Like, how do you do, there's process and people, like, how do I make this happen?
So I think the incumbent with learning, adapting, and changing is the ability to help others along with us. We're learning more and more. The technology is a tool. E-commerce isn't a division of a company. It's a layer it's a flavor on top of everything. And one of our jobs is to help bring people along with us. And it's about making things that seem really complicated, flatten that learning curve and make them appear as simple as we think they are. And it doesn't actually make our jobs less important. It actually makes our jobs more important, because once information is propagated throughout the whole community, everyone can have buy-in, as opposed to those the e-commerce people over there and they have the technology stuff covered and I don't really know why they need that stuff, but they say it's going to make us a lot of money, so maybe we should give it to them. Or I'm not going to give it to them, it's too complicated to understand. Our job is to help flatten the learning curve at every turn. What does retargeting mean? What does UX mean? I mean, these are terms that we think of as table stakes that a lot of our offline partners don't know about, and that's okay. But it's our job to make sure that we bring them along with us and we make them stakeholders in every part of our journey, because that's what they're doing for the customer as well. Whether they're in merchandising or production or IT or executive or sales, we have all succeeded when they are all with us at the end of the customer journey.
Awesome. So, customer at the center of it.
Yes.
Learn, adapt, change.
Yes.
Bring your partners along with you and help educate and connect.
Out of all the things I said that will probably be extinct in 5 years, I don't think those are principles that will...
They're timeless.
Yeah.
They're really timeless to me.
Something
This
that
will be
I
an
have
evergreen piece of content that we're creating right here. So, Roshanna, awesome. We are
Thank
going to
you.
continue
Thank
this
you so much.
conversation.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.